what if Buffalo's biggest offensive upgrade is already on the roster? Because James Cook is not talking like a player satisfied with what he did last year. He is talking like a guy who wants more snaps, more responsibility, more catches, more third downs, and more control over the biggest moments of the season, and I love that. Thurman Thomas told the story of taking Cook onto the field at the new Highmark Stadium, and Cook immediately noticed the natural grass. His reaction? He feels faster on it. Then Thurman asked the real question. After the season Cook just had, what comes next? Cook's answer was simple: better. That should get Bills Mafia excited. He does not just want another big rushing season. He wants to expand his game. Crossing routes, screens, more catches, third down work, blitz pickup. He wants to become a true three-down back. And that matters because Buffalo already knows how explosive James Cook can be with the ball in his hands. The next step is making sure he stays on the field when defenses know the game is about to be decided. That is exactly where Thurman Thomas made the strongest point of this entire conversation. He brought up the AFC Championship. James Cook was not on the field for the final drive, and Thurman said in his opinion, Cook had been the best player on the field for Buffalo that day. Think about that for a second. One of the greatest running backs in Bills history is basically saying, if your best weapon is dominating, why is he standing on the sideline when the season is hanging in the balance? His advice to Cook? Go demand it. I love that mentality. Not in a selfish way, not in a give me touches for my stats way, in a championship way. If you believe you can beat a linebacker in coverage, prove it. If you believe you can pick up the blitz, prove it. If you believe you belong on third down, make Joe Brady keep you out there. That is how great players grow. And there's another layer here, because Buffalo does not have a normal quarterback. Josh Allen changes everything. Rich Eisen called number 17 a unicorn, and Thurman agreed. Of course he did. Josh can take a broken play and turn it into a touchdown. He can take a goal line snap himself and run through a defender. He can steal touchdowns from the running backs because sometimes the easiest answer is simply putting the ball in the hands of the most dangerous player on the field. That is not a problem. That is a luxury. But the best version of Buffalo does not force Josh to be the answer every single time. If Cook becomes a real three-down threat, suddenly Joe Brady gets another way to make defenses wrong. And that is where one hypothetical veteran possibility becomes interesting: Kareem Hunt. Let's be clear, there is no confirmed Bills offer, no reported visit, and no verified negotiation involving Hunt. But from a football standpoint, I can understand why Buffalo could at least think about the fit. This would not be about taking James Cook's job. Absolutely not. Cook should be the featured back. Hunt would give Buffalo a different type of option: short yardage, goal line, 4-minute offense, physical carries late in games, pass protection, the kind of veteran role that can keep Cook fresh without removing him from the biggest moments. And that distinction matters. Buffalo should never repeat a situation where Cook is dominating and then disappears when the game gets tight. If Hunt were added, the role should be simple: complement Cook, do not replace him. Let Cook become the three-down weapon he wants to be. Let Hunt absorb some of the dirty work when the game calls for power. Then let Josh Allen remain the ultimate emergency button. That is a backfield defensive coordinators would hate preparing for. Cook gives you speed and space. Hunt gives you physicality. Josh gives you everything else. And now Joe Brady has to be smart enough to use all of it. That is the positive takeaway from this entire conversation. James Cook is not asking Buffalo to believe in potential anymore. He has already produced. Now he's asking for responsibility, more routes, more protection assignments, more high leverage snaps, more opportunities when January gets tight. Bills Mafia, be honest. If James Cook wants to become a true three-down back, should Joe Brady give him that responsibility immediately? And if Kareem Kareem Hunt can be added at the right price as a physical complement, would you make that move? Tell me in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay locked in, because Buffalo does not need to reinvent this offense. It may simply need to stop taking its best weapons off the field when the season is on the line.